Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So with things being relatively quiet in the genre this last week and the questions of Coromon Mobile and the subsequent post-launch update always being prominent in my comment section, I figured why not discuss what I'd like to see from the new update in terms of content, story, and stuff like that. If you haven't been following the current state of Coromon and the proposed update that's been outlined in the past from the developers, I'll fill you in on that too, so as per the usual, make sure to sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Okay, so for context, Coromon was released in full access, aka full release, on both Steam and Nintendo Switch. However, there has been a post-launch update in the works for a while now, which will add more Coromon, overhaul the ending, and add post-game activities. This will be a free update that will coincide with the mobile release coming sometime this year. Now again, before you guys start going off in the comments like I oftentimes see in every video I upload, Coromon related or not, we don't have the release date just yet, and I will let you know as soon as the developers confirm something. However, I think the prospect of new Coromon content is definitely something exciting and worth talking about. Now, besides the fact that we already know there's going to be a boss rush mode coming to the game, which will allow you to fight the bosses back to back, presumably, what else is coming with this update is really up in the air. Myself and a lot of others felt like the ending of Coromon was kind of like hitting a brick wall. It just sort of happens, and then before you know it, it's over, and you kind of feel confused about what's really going on. And the first thing I'm personally really excited for is the prospect of them making the ending feel a little more climactic. For example, other than the Woobians throwing out a couple of dark matter monsters here and there, we don't really get to see them battle personally, and even the final boss is just more so the water titan possessed by their dark titan. But I'd much rather see a final boss encounter against the Woobian Guardian itself at its full potential. The climax doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but I would like to see some sort of final area where we fight the Woobians, their leader, and potentially a brand new boss altogether. As for post-game activities, I've always been a fan of having some sort of endless grind to go through, whether it be something akin to the Battle Frontier from Pokemon, or some type of randomly generated area like the Chalice dungeons from Bloodborne. Either way, I would definitely like to see Coromon bring forth some type of area where you can put those endgame monsters to the test in a challenging and fun environment. Something I've always liked about the Battle Frontier from Pokemon is that you can collect battle points in order to get items that make your monsters even stronger to prepare yourself for PvP, and I always loved that there were bosses in the various facilities and symbols to obtain. I'd love nothing more than something like this to make its way to Coromon, as I feel like it would add a lot of longevity to the game and allow people to dip their toes into the PvP-esque environment without having to battle against top-level players online. Other than that, we do know that some new Coromon are also going to be making their way into the mix, and while I don't have too many specific hopes and preferences regarding that, I definitely would like to see some more unique abilities and movesets. Given that this is a free update, I don't expect them to give us the world. If they're putting out a DLC or something in the future, that's when I'd really go into some cool ideas like them utilizing some of the skill types for new Titan bosses or even new Coromon. I'd go into the prospects of a new region and all that stuff, but I'm thinking that after this update goes live, they might just start working on Coromon 2, which I'm totally down for. But yeah, just a quick little fun video discussing what I'm sort of expecting with regards to the Coromon update whenever it does drop. If you do want to stay up to date on all of the Coromon news, this is the #1 place to be. I'll let you guys know as soon as any major news drops, so make sure to subscribe as we climb up to that 70k goal and join this monster taming community. You can also check out my Twitter, Discord, and Patreon linked below, and special thanks to our patrons, especially Jim Hamilton, Drove Ghost, Dark Persona, Exodus, and Candy Morency, and I'll see you next time. Peace.